Welcome, welcome to the Share with Shani show. I'm your host, Shani, and once I start the video, you can see my face. And we are ending March Women's History Month with Ashley Logan Graham, our special guest tonight. I'm so excited. I'll tell y'all why in a minute, but I'll introduce her in a second. But Fresh.
What's up?
Tonight.
What'd you say?
So how are you tonight?
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's a long Monday.
It's okay. It's okay. Had a good weekend?
Maybe. It wasn't bad. What did I do? Yes, I did. Okay, I didn't remember. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yes, it was a good weekend. It was really busy. That's why I was like, I don't know. It was all one big blur. I got up early on Saturday. Our church, we had a walkathon at Bellhaven Park. Bellhaven, what is it called? Bellhaven Park and Marina.
Okay.
And off of Mount Vernon Parkway. Gorgeous place, if anybody's ever been to Old Town or whatever. So we was over there. I got up early and I walked. Whew, must love God, right?
Yeah.
So I got up. I had to be there at 8:30. And then we walked 2 miles. And then I went and got my hair did.
Looks beautiful.
My friend Pia is, we came up together at church. So the church that I came up in is called Harvest Life Changers. That's where we met. So I go to their parents' church now, moved out of the area. And it was like, are you covered? So I started going to their parents' church because I couldn't get back to Woodbridge. So Pia and she used to hook me up with the brat style braids back in high school,
Wow.
in the 99 in the early 2000s. And it's one of those things where you kind of forget you're on mute, Shani.
Dang. I went on mute to mute myself so I can, because you have when you don't have an engineer or a producer.
I know.
So I'm
gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
I go on mute so I can pull up Facebook on my phone.
Gotcha.
I can watch the comments,
mm-hmm.
But I don't want to hear the feedback from the video. Anyway,
I hear you.
Every time people say from the 99 to the 2000s, people want to dance it.
Yo, that thing up comes on, yes.
Back that thing, and then you just want to back it up.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's the thought I want people to think about when I'm talking about my church walkathons. So, so basically, she used to hook me up back in the day, is what I'm saying. And just as life goes on, sometimes we forget the resources that we have. But for me, I'm tenderhead. I probably have too much hair to be tenderhead, but it is what it is. And I remember she's very gentle. And so I called her like, hey, I need my hair done or whatever. So she hooked me up. So that's how I spent, the evening on Saturday. And then just loving on my family, doing, I don't know, something, nothing, whatever. I probably zoned out watching TV. And then Sunday was church and a meeting and notes. And my little brother turned 18. So my mama doesn't have any more minors anymore. And what's funny is she thinks she's going to be an empty nester. I think that's funny. I don't think my brother is going anywhere, though. I don't see it happening.
Right.
Yeah. So she had a celebration last night. And yeah, so that's what I did. So it was a good weekend. But I don't know what happened there when you asked me, like, was it a good weekend? I was like, what was this weekend like? But it's spring break. My husband is on spring break this week. My daughter goes on spring break next week. So I took a few days off so that I can get my mind right. We're going to do something. We're going to go somewhere. I hate being in the car, but we're going to do something. It's always a good idea, but an hour in, I'd be like, oh my gosh, are we there yet?
But what's the longest you'll be in the car?
You mean by like if it was really up to me, 2 hours?
Okay.
Like when I go back home to Jersey, I just be like, oh, I know this 4 hours. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I don't like it.
That's a ride.
I like stopping.
So you don't like stopping?
No, if I could just go straight through somewhere.
But see, I feel like I probably need to stop to break up the trip a little bit. That might be the thing.
Trip? I'm not stopping for a 4-hour trip.
Oh,
Johnny, if you don't have to use the bathroom in 4 hours, you're not doing something right.
you're not doing something
There we
right.
go. Last week it was I had to stop drinking coffee. I'm glad I got my coffee drinker with me.
Ashley knows how to feel about coffee.
Well, yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ashley on the line today.
She like tea. You told me you was a tea girl, so I respect it. I respect it. It's hot. I respect it.
I ain't scared because Sweetie's coffee owner is on the line today.
Hey, listen, I respect it. I respect your decision when it comes to hot beverages. I said when they're not drinking hot beverages, then you be worried. I'm concerned about people who don't drink anything hot. So
yeah, I'm just saying. If you don't have to use the bathroom in 4 hours, you're not properly hydrating. That's all.
4 hours. I mean, who said I? I mean, I do because you should see me once the car stops.
So not.
I'm like, I'm gonna tell all my business, but it's. I've had accidents.
Man, I gotta
stop.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
You gotta get on the I-9 by 9.
So you know what? That's actually a part of my whisper today. I'm glad this came up. I am glad this came up. Yeah, so we're gonna get you off of coffee and we can get you peeing a little bit more.
Oh.
That is the rest of my New Year's resolution for Shani.
Oh man.
A little bit more.
Yeah. It's a secret to that. You have to drink coffee and then back it with a bunch of water.
Yes.
Like you gotta back it with a lot of water.
That's why I don't drink coffee on road trips. I try not to.
That's like a setup though, ain't it?
You said what?
Setup. To drink coffee on a road trip, that is a setup. You like you didn't want to get there.
That's a setup for
You're gonna do some stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what we talk about on this show. It's so funny.
We talk about everything. It was so fun.
I'm in his life, right? We live in it.
I got feedback from a couple episodes ago about I can't believe you shared about your ex-husband robbing drug dealers. I said,
what?
It's part of the story.
Right.
It's part of the story. Part of the story.
I can't change it, right?
Can't change it.
Yeah, why I gotta make this look pretty for y'all?
Right.
Yeah.
They look pretty for me. Yes,
No.
it's all good. Transparency is great, you know. It's not for us, it's for somebody else. Clearly.
Yep.
Clearly.
Facts.
So what's the whisper for this week, Mika?
So it's like I'm prompting thought here, right? So what you just said, we got to be on the I-9 by 9, right? So the whisper is slow down. The whisper is slow down. So I've really, really, really been evaluating things. We are a rush generation.
We are.
Hurry up and wait. Where we going?
Yep. Yeah.
I just want to know where we're going because I really haven't seen us get anywhere any faster than anybody else. We're always rushing. We're always in a hurry. We're like never on time. Just a lot going on. It's a lot moving. I feel like we do more. We receive like more input in 3 days than I think our parents, you know, and their generation did like in a whole month. Yeah. We have a lot going on. We got this hustle mentality. You know, we got I remember seeing, you know, Team No Sleep on Facebook a while ago. I was like, the devil is a liar. I'm going to sleep. I cannot be productive if I'm not well rested. You know, that's not healthy.
That is totally a false narrative.
That's so ridiculous, you know, but you're putting out this idea that you're not grinding hard enough if you get sleep.
But can we talk about how generational that could be? Because I grew up with old people, and it was like you can't rest till the work got done. Right? What are you dying for? You just woke up, right?
Yeah.
And it was like you gotta go until your legs and your feet are swollen.
Yes.
That's how they
work.
And if you didn't work like that, you were called lazy.
Yeah. So I feel like I heard some of those things, but maybe I didn't, you know, I didn't put 1 + 1 together to get 2. Somebody said, "What you tired for? You young?" Because I work. That was the answer. I'm not just sitting here doing nothing, but I've always had high work ethic, so I just knew what nobody calling me lazy ever in life. Like, since I was like 4. I don't think anybody could ever call me lazy. My room was always clean. My mama ain't do it. I did it. Like, cleaning, you know, I used to charge my family to go like run errands for them. Hey, can you bring me a drink out of the fridge? 25 cents. I don't think anybody could call me lazy.
You would do that?
Yes.
Wish I had the goal to do that. See, that's that millennial spirit.
Yeah.
Like the Gen spirit is like, you know, we just gonna follow the
rules. It was bold. I mean, I didn't do it with everybody. But it was like
you did it with at least one. I do it with
it would be a group. It would be like my uncle, because my uncle lived with us until like he got married. So like if my uncle and his boys was over, they'd be like, "Go give me a beer out of the refrigerator." I saw that as an opportunity.
Yeah, they wanted it
for my uncle, but then all his friends want me to get them a drink, 25 cents each trip for each trip.
You was flipping patriarchy on his head, Mika.
25 cents. So
for your time.
You know, nobody ever referred to me as lazy. I have never been an early bird ever. I would get the, you know, why are you sleeping? You're wasting a day away. It's the same 24 hours. So, you know, if I'm up at midnight and you're asleep at 10, I might feel like you're wasting your day away. I don't know. I don't know. I think being productive and being busy are different. I've always been productive. So I didn't really get those types of, you know, commentaries. However, I grew up watching my mom always be in a rush. Just always. We're always late. We always had to go somewhere, and it was always like 50,000 things to do. And then I watch my life now, and I feel like I'm doing that same thing, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It causes anxiety. It causes stress. It causes, you know, just you being unsettled, to where when you finally do get a break, you know, your body, like, it crashes because you haven't given it a break ever. And so you can't even enjoy that break that you have. And that's not what God wants for his people. That's not the promise. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not the promise. Hello, we had a whole day to rest. So rest is a part of, you know, divinity. Like, you got to be wise about it, though. So it's like praying for wisdom to figure out when to be productive. Busy ain't it. I don't want to be busy ever again in my life. I really don't. Make me productive.
People don't have nothing to show for it either. But people don't really understand. You're exhausted. Like you're saying, you're exhausted. And the thing is, I sleep. I'm in the bed by 9. So I've learned that I would rather have a full night rest and do it in the morning or do it during the daytime than to stress myself out, because then it's not getting done in excellence. And you know, it's too much. I'm not with the hustle. When I first started really getting into entrepreneurship, I was like hustle, grind. But I've learned now I rest. I'm in bed by 9. I do whatever I need to do throughout the day. But to be my productive, you're gonna have 4 or 5 hours. On my emails, it tells you it tells you the hours I check it. I don't check my emails all day. So it's like you have to pick and choose and be wise, like you said. That's so big.
Yeah.
So big.
Like you said, we don't have anything to show for it. We are, the sickest generation, right? Like we're the most stressed out, depressed generation. These things are here for a reason. Nobody's
Right.
making them up. They want to call Gen Zers like, oh, you guys are sensitive, and what they call them, the snowflake generation and all of this. And it's like, these are, don't be dismissive.
Yeah.
Well, the Zoomers, I call them the Zoomers. They taught me about boundaries. I'm here for it all. I told you that lady, the Nat Bishop, Nat Ministry.
Yeah.
I've been following her since last summer,
mm-hmm.
and she reminds me every day, you need to rest.
Yeah,
rest.
And it's not important. A bad day.
And some of us don't even know what resting is. We don't know how to rest. Let me tell y'all, in 2012, I graduated. I got my bachelor's degree. It was my, 10th anniversary? 7, 14, 7. No, it was, I don't know, one of them anniversaries. And this lady that I worked with, she gifted me her timeshare, right? That was like her congratulations gift, happy anniversary. And we went to the Bahamas.
I need friends like yours.
We went for a week.
Wow.
I was bored out of my freaking mind.
Why?
Really?
I didn't know how to not do nothing.
I bet you if you went to Bahamas now, you know how.
I promise you, I don't think so.
Really?
Really?
Yep. I really have to force myself. And I wind up praying about it because I just be like, God help me in just a moment.
And not have any problem.
It's like I feel like I need to be doing something. There's so much that has to be done. I got goals. I got to meet these goals. If I'm sitting here doing nothing, who's going to meet these goals? Nobody's going to do it for me. Jesus is not going to come out of the sky and meet these goals for me. He gave me everything that I needed to meet these goals. Goals, right? Like I feel like Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell. It's no time. It's no time.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, right? Like that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I have these high expectations and I want to deliver and I have this long, big list and you just keep packing them in there, but nobody's giving me more time.
No, that's so true.
Right?
That's so true.
So I'll say, I'm not going to bring my laptop. And then there's so much work, right? There's so much work. I'm a creative. Creatives need time. So because I work so much, when it is like, vacation time or whatever, then like my creativity is like, hey, you've been abandoning me. And then now all of a sudden I'm just like writing like crazy because I haven't been able to. It's just like idea porn. It's just so much. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
You say idea pouring?
No, I said porn.
You did say porn. Okay, I just want to make sure I heard. No, I got you.
I thought she said pouring. I didn't know. Oh, okay.
No,
idea porn.
Yes, you're my person. We are here.
I like that. I like that.
I
like that.
These things just come out. I'm sorry. I don't know where they came out, why they came out.
I love it.
Because
I love it.
Backing it up like 20 minutes ago. So that's why.
I love it.
Yeah. So this whisper is for me. Slow down. I told y'all what I got going on this year, right? I had applied for a PhD program. And they was like, I do believe that was definitely God. Like, you must be crazy if you thought you could do that right now, right?
Oh.
We're putting our house on the market. Selling a house and purchasing a house are really big things. And I think there are parts of me that might really truthfully think I'm a superhero or something. I think I can do these things because I have had to before. And so being in a position where you don't have to is different, right? I could make a move, but I don't have to make a move. And I feel like that's what God is preparing me for. Mm-hmm. That is a wonderful problem to have. It's a great space to be in. And I want to adjust a little more easily, right? this, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let Ashley go. I think it was like 2 years ago, but I was listening to Joel Osteen on the radio. Like my husband loves to listen to him. And so we listened to him. And there's this thing he said that like changed my mind forever. He said, you know, I don't know if y'all listen to him. He opens up with like an anecdote.
He always has a story. He always has a 6-minute story.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this story.
There was a guy.
Exactly.
He had this blue and brown suit.
You got it.
I should wear the blue suit today. But sometimes you gotta wear the brown
suit, right? Exactly. So that right. All right. So this was one of the anecdotes, and he was talking about this woman, you know, that kind of reached out because she was stressed out about finances, right? And it was something that she needed to get. She was waiting for it to go on sale. She was trying to explain to him why it was so important that, you know, like I gotta have the money so when it goes on sale, I can bounce and get it, right? And basically, Joel said, he said a prayer for her, and he said, I pray that that God will bless you. And I know I'm not quoting it quote like line for line, but it was like where a sale won't matter. Like you'll have it, and you won't need a sale. Okay. You'll just get it because you can get it. Now, remember I mentioned the spirit of poverty? This is major. People that have a spirit of poverty, that came out of poverty, they don't understand that statement. All right. Which means that they're limiting God. Okay. And so the reason that it changed my life is because I've always lived for a sale. If I didn't buy something on sale, it was like a splurge for me. And I'm not even talking about a $400 splurge. I'm talking like I'm going into H&M. And if a sweater is normally $39.99, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. Because next week it's going to be $19.99. Or I'm just going to wait for it to be $19.99.
Right.
Do I have the $39.99? Yes, I do. Is it better that it's $19.99? Of course, because now I can get that plus something else. Right? You got to make that same $40 stretch.
Yeah.
It's not being, what do you call it? Like money savvy. We think it is. Not really. Okay. So, because when you're talking about being a child of God, we speak a different language.
Yeah.
So there's a language barrier for people that are non-believers and people that are believers. Yeah. So Joel is talking believer to non-believers, and not that they don't believe in Christ, but faith, right? So the nay faithers, that's what I call them, the nay faithers.
I like that.
Ain't got enough faith.
Words tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. You gotta have a certain amount of faith to understand that you can buy this sweater this week for $39.99 and not trip about the sale. And that's real.
That's real.
And it's a mindset. But yeah, let's get Ashley. I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all just have no idea. I was telling Ashley before we went live how I don't even know how we became friends, but we've got like over 100 mutual friends. So somehow, some way, somebody connected us. And ever since then, I've been trying to get Ashley Logan Graham to the show because her posts are hilarious. I'm like
on my page.
If I was 10 years younger, she would be me. That's how I feel. Like I be as cool as her in my 30s. Like I just got cool. Like literally.
Who told you that? Your kids told you that, or you told yourself that?
Nah, she's been cool for a long time.
I'm real. Well, first of all, I said cool, so maybe I'm not that cool.
It's still cool.
Don't worry about it. Cool. I'll just mess with you. I don't need nobody to tell me I'm cool.
I'm just so excited. Like I literally I keep joking about it, but I think it might manifest. If I ever write a sitcom, she's in the writer's table.
I'm with it, y'all.
Right? Hilarious, just funny, just authentic, loves God, loves her family. And you know what else I like about you, Ashley? Because and not that I'm doing this like vicariously through you, but like it's a little personal, but I think it's so funny. Like you never post your husband, right? Like
Yeah,
you never post him, but we know he's out there, right?
yeah.
Like he in the background, right? And just holding her up and letting her shine, right? And I was just like, I'm gonna find me a husband like that one day, right? That don't want to steal the spotlight, don't want to be jealous of your shine, don't want to be jealous of your vibe. I think I got
Yeah.
one. Because I'm in the right lane, Mika, right?
You're in the right lane. You're in the right lane. You're in the right lane.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, they call him the mystery man. My friends, they once you ever met him, they start putting pieces together. Like they'll see an arm, and one of my friends is like, my Facebook friends is like, I got a whole wall with your husband. I got an arm here, and I got a leg here, which you posted, and I'm piecing him together.
And I don't know if you remember, but when my baby girl had her book signing, your baby girl was her DJ.
That's right.
So I did meet. So I met Chris and I met Christiana. And
That's right.
The show, like like, like these young people was out. Like everybody was like, I cannot believe you, because I had all youth vendors at the book signing.
That's amazing.
So we had the DJ, a youth vendor. We had Elysia with her book, and we had
such a blessing.
Somebody else was selling something, but it was all youth.
You had the girl that sells lip gloss, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But somebody came and sold their lemonade or gave their lemonade away. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But let me shout out some people, and then we can get back.
That was funny. So we know he out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he out there. He's just lurking. He lurking.
So shout out to Laura. Thank you for watching. Rez Montana. Thank you for watching. Aisha said, nay faithers. She loves
faithers.
And then she said she can relate to having to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Shakara is back in the building. Thank you for watching. And when we first started, when I asked you how was your weekend, Aisha said it's the pause for me. But yeah, in talking about this, so just actually tell us a little bit about yourself in your own words.
Oh man, this is where I always stumble, because I'm like, what do I gotta know myself enough. So my name is Ashley. I'll call myself, I'm creative, kind of like what Mika was saying. I'm definitely creative, always thinking out the box. And I love my family. I'm definitely a fan. My mama, I'm a wife. And a child of God. I've always had a love for like business and also helping and making impact. So in my own words, just a creative woman of God that love my family, and entrepreneurship and helping others get to their finish line. So
okay, I gotta step in because she's the CEO of LifeBridge Publishing. She's the CEO of Sweetie's Coffee. Like she just created her own coffee line, y'all. Like 17 flavors, right? I mean, like Baskin Robbins. It's like Baskin Robbins of coffee.
Yeah,
it's really good. Like you have to try it. And
if anybody follows her, right? You watched it unfold. Like I watched that unfold.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You sure did. You did.
It was nothing but love, man.
Your social media marketing for Sweetie's Coffee was like hands down, like epic. It was.
Really? I appreciate that. It was nothing but love. I'm telling you, authentic. It's not even marketing outside. It's the people, like the community really came and championed. Because Sweetie's came because I was tired of so many news outlets coming about coffee. And I enjoy my coffee. I was spending my money, my coins. And I was like, no, I need a coffee line. If I can't find it, the coffee that works, that I like, we got to create it for our people, because that's the thing that was really, for me, I'm like, listen, that's all right. They don't need to treat us right. They want to keep doing what they're doing. We'll create something for our community, and not just create it, but we're creating excellence. And so the community really rallied behind that. And that's how we got to that. Not my God, like the people was really, that was the love.
Right. And then the new thing that you're doing with LifeBridge, with the Right Now generation, can you talk a little bit about that? Like
Oh, sure, sure. So Generation right now is actually creative writing and publishing program for kids. So it's from 5 to 18 years old. And I kind of shared with someone before. I went to high school with a friend, and they had this thing called Literary Magazine, and this is where my love for that came from. I write poetry, so I'm a poet as well, and so I was so used to like writing poetry. I was really deep at 16. I don't know where that deepness went. I just, I don't know where it went.
It's still
But
there.
16, 17, it's still there. I got to dig hard, you know. So 16 and 17, I was really writing poetry, and that's where I discovered my love. And the school had this program where you could put your work in the magazine, and that inspired me. So when I started Litbridge, I had published maybe 2 books through another publishing company before starting my own. And so I would have these workshops with authors and teach them about writing, and they would bring their kids. And they're like, don't mind my kids. And so one of the kids asked, how can I be an author? And that's where Right Now came from. Because I was like, you can be an author right now. There's no age limit to be an author. And so we started doing this. We found like we thought that we were starting just a publishing kind of thing with kids. But what we learned was there are kids where they will label the kids. They label kids with behavior issues. They label kids with problems. And they don't really take the time to find out what's going on, the internal, what's going on, the trauma, all of that. So I've learned through Generation right now, we were able to work with kids that they said had these behavior issues and allow them to write it out. And when we're telling them, a lot of time when we talk about writing, people feel like my kids can't write, my kids can't do this, but we're not after the writing per se. We're not after the grammar. We're not after any of that. What we want is the heart. What is on your heart? And so what we do is we find ways through writing prompts. When was there a time that you felt like you were unheard? How did that make you feel? And so we work through that, and it turns into something beautiful because they create a village, they create a community within their own, students and peers. And so we started out with like individual books, and then we started getting inside of schools and boys and girls clubs, and then we launched our first Generation Right Now program during the summer, which was Mika had her daughter, and it was amazing to see like we were able to ship out kits to the kids and make it virtual. And so we were wondering how that would work out because we never did anything virtual before the pandemic. And we were like, will we lose our authentic touch? How would this work out? And so we had my mom as a teacher because I know my mom loves kids. And so that's how we started working with Generation Right Now. And now we're just working the same Zoom virtual with different kids and different, in Baltimore, all of the counties in Maryland right now, we've been working with them.
Everybody love your mama.
Oh yeah, she loves you too.
Aisha asked, hold on, Shani. Aisha asked, what are your plans during COVID for Generation Right Now?
Oh yeah, that's perfect. We haven't even stopped. So I feel like it enhanced it a little bit because we had students in the summer from from the UK, and we would have never been able to do that if we just had it in person. So we're actually doing a summer camp again, virtual summer camp. And with these kids, the kids that we ship out, they have like a workbook if they're from elementary, middle, and high school, and it's all broken out like that. They get workbooks, they get like little fun things inside of it. And so we really work with students, and then we throw a party. But that's what we're doing in the summer. And even now we're working with Pratt Library in Baltimore. If you're in the Baltimore city, sign up, go on their website, it's free. And you get a kit as well. So if you are, this is going for middle schoolers right now. So we've been working with Howard County and Baltimore City so far during the pandemic. And so that's what we've been doing.
I'm excited.
It's
Halo
fun.
loved it. She good old time. Your mom was her teacher, so
yes. My mom, she really went all out. My mom really it was fun to see her in her element because she has a heart for children. So it was really good to see her.
Yep, you can feel it. You can feel it. I want her to be my teacher. Like I used to just sit on the class with Halo.
I know. She would get to your heart. She be asking questions. I'm like, I feel that.
Exactly.
But I think it helps them because so for so long, we adults don't ask children how they feel.
Listen now.
Right? Yeah. So we don't ask them how they feel. And I had this conversation before, Mika, about, not being able to feel your feelings and not being able to, and I had shared that if you was having a bad day in my house, it was always tied to money.
Yeah.
You can't be having a bad day because you don't have no bills in your name. And so just so to ask a child how they feel, because if adults are stressed during the pandemic, your children are too.
Yeah, they feel it. And it's been hard with them also not seeing their kids. That's why I was really glad that we were able to do something in the summer because they haven't really, my oldest, I know she's 10 now, but she haven't seen they didn't have like a virtual thing at the time where they could see her classmates. So it was good seeing other kids. So my daughter was so excited just to see other kids show up on virtually, you know. But kids have bad days. Kids also are they're great at communication if we allow them to do it. They
Yes.
can teach us how to communicate.
Yes.
You know, if we don't put our fingerprints on their communication, they'll be even better
There you
communicators
go.
than we have always been. And I really struggle with that as a parent because, you know, some days, my days are not always as pleasant as I like. And so with my kids having their moments, and when you have moments together, two separate moments happening at the same time,
Right.
it's really hard. It really do take maturity and wisdom to say, okay, we both can be experiencing two separate bad experiences and
Right.
at the same time, and we still can talk it out. So it really takes you to a place. Parenthood has taught me that so much because I came from a place. You see my mom and she's nice, Mika. My mom hasn't always been that way.
Oh, I know our mamas today are so different, right?
Oh
I'm
my
grateful
gosh.
though. I'm grateful. I think at first I was a little bitter, might be a little
Yes.
salty, but I was like, you know what? My granddaughter will benefit from the better mama. I'm all
The
right with
new one. The new one. And so my mom actually went to therapy. It changed her life. She went to therapy when I was about 16 or 17.
it.
Changed completely. My mom wasn't emotional. She didn't hug us, she didn't kiss us, but that's because her mother was the same way.
Yeah.
And I always say mothers and daughters, that relationship is always kind of funny. But her mom was like that. And so my mom was like that. And she ended up getting, you know, like I said, she went through counseling and she became now you can't keep her from she's always hugging. I'm like, Mom. She's like, what are you doing? I just want to give you a hug. And I'm like, yeah, okay. A little weird, but okay. So it takes me some getting used to, you know, but you know, that having kids and learning that they do have a voice and the things that God say to them in their sleep is so big. So I'm learning
Yes.
to even, you know, listen to these kids because these kids know.
We have to. Aisha says, are you in Charles County, Ashley?
You know, it's funny. I live in Charles County, and Charles County been giving me the runaround. I've been trying to get in Charles County since we started, but the silver lining is we may be in the Charles County library system soon. So definitely, I'll definitely if you go to we'll put the information generation right now just so you can follow and see when we are. But yeah, I live here. Charles County just don't want me in there for some reason. But
We gonna have to
yeah.
letters.
I can
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said, Aisha also said people forget that they are raising adults, not robots.
That's it. I say that all the time. I'm raising adults. And some patterns you can't let go because you're raising an adult. That's why it's good to keep that in perspective. Some things I'm like, I can't even let that go because I can't even let you keep doing this because that's gonna follow you. So I have to correct you now so that you don't make this same habit. Yeah, it's a challenging, you know, because you see yourself. Like I see myself in my kids, and it's not the good parts that I see sometimes. It's the things that bother me is the me that it irritates. If it irritates me, and I see it in them, it irritates me even further. So it's challenging sometimes.
I know when Halo got to the age where, you know, Halo came out making facial expressions like I make.
Yes.
My sister holds her, you know, she's not even 24 hours old. My sister is holding her. She's just talking to her. And Halo makes this face and she was like, all right, little Tamika. And, you know, I remember looking like, what does that mean? You know, and I would see it. She makes my facial expressions. She responds to things the way that I would respond to things. And
wow.
Something, I don't even, just a series of some things. And I remember just kind of walking up to my husband and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Gotta apologize.
Sorry. Thank you for loving me.
Yes. Yes.
This is what you deal with me.
Yes.
I get
you gotta
it.
love them.
I was like, I get it.
You gotta love them because I'm telling you, see yourself. That mirror's like right there.
Yeah. I just look at her like, okay.
Yes.
Thank God I'm here. You doing something. I get it. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. They're amazing though.
I'm gonna transition a little bit. We didn't really have a formal topic of what we were gonna talk about tonight, but Ashley said she's been dealing with ego. And I think ego falls right in line with your whisper about resting.
Slow down.
I think we should.
So when my book drop, Ashley, Death of the Ego, I'm gonna make sure I send you a copy.
Oh, I'm with it.
Whoa, that's the name of the book.
Death of the Ego.
That's so funny you said that because I wrote down I am killing my ego. I'm murdering it, right? I literally wrote that. You gotta murder it. You gotta murder your ego. That's so important because you have to because ego is it kills people. It kills it literally, but you gotta kill it before it kills you.
Right.
Because
if it kills empires, it definitely will kill people.
People.
Yeah. Ego's so big because it's so subtle. Sometimes ego doesn't feel like ego, if that makes sense. It shows up in areas. God's really been working with me in that area, but it's even in subtle places. Ego kind of sneak in and kind of come in and like, oh, it's this is this okay? But I've learned ego will make you go broke. Ego will make you say yes to things you should not be saying yes to, and ego come up in so many different ways. And what people don't understand is people they feel like they're being humble, but that's ego too. People who's like, it's like fake humility is ego.
Yes.
It's like, so it's like how do we be, and that's my question really I've been working with is how do I be authentic in God and kill my ego? Because egos have a lot to say. But when you get to your humility, your humility really doesn't have a lot to say. Ego has so much to say.
Humility listens and receives. Yes.
Right. So it's been a very quiet space. I think Shana was telling you, like, it's been a very quiet place listening to what the ego, like if you try to get to a place where you're killing it every day, and I try to write down things like, how can I kill my ego today? What can I do today to kill my ego? And then you see it showing up. Like I see it show up all day. When you're working and you're doing so much, it's clients, ego's big with clients. For me, I'm like, you know what? Why y'all gonna ask me this? And so ego have so much, and I have to learn how to kill it to live a authentic life and a peaceful life. Because the ego don't want you to live a peaceful life either. So
at all. Because ego will have you type in an email that daggone well you shouldn't be typing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like yes. Gift, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. And another thing.
Let me tell you.
When I started email and I do like a number system. Firstly, and stuff like. Secondly,
right. And to whom it may concern.
So I think I sound educated and confident because what ego masks itself in confidence.
It does.
Confidence and assertiveness.
Yes.
Yes. So you think that you're being assertive and you're being confident, but you're really just being arrogant and and like full of yourself.
Yes. It creeps up. That's the thing you gotta look out for, because it masks, like you said, it masks up in so many different ways. And I've learned to, even in my relationships, I have to really keep an eye on that too, because ego is so ugly. It'll show up and you be like, you just know you're right, but you're so wrong. Right. And I've been places, I'm like, that was so wrong. And and that goes along with Mika saying too, is slowing down. You don't know ego showing up if you don't slow down. Exactly. Your ego will run your life so much that you just think you're right in everything. And then when you get to a place where you slow down, it'll all come to you. Be like, you know what? I need to apologize, or I wasn't doing the right thing. Slowing down is so big because it's not encouraged in this generation. It's like, how fast can you? I work in publishing. People always like, how fast can you get it to me? How fast can you do this? How fast can you? Every question.
I need my book published in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. How fast can you? Yeah, and they want quality.
Ready. Is that the first thing you ask? Is your manuscript ready? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody wants things fast, but then they want quality too. And that's like, okay, you have to slow down. And that's what I'm always preaching that, because that's the industry that I'm in. Everybody wants everything microwaved. And so it's really hard to get to a place and encourage slowing down, because it's so frowned upon. It's like nobody wants to slow down, because we should be doing this and this and accomplish this and this and this, because people feel like they're not accomplishing anything. But I've learned when I'm quiet and I have accomplished more in that time than I've ever accomplished for the rest of my life. If I accomplish nothing else, if I can get this peace that I have now, I have accomplished so much. And in hearing from God, being able to receive, because when you're going fast, you can't hear from God. It's like, it's like
He falls back.
Yo, you're
When
not
we just see,
receiving.
like, all right, I'm gonna just sit back here and wait for you to recognize that I'm no longer sitting here.
That I no longer, you're not even in my strength. And that's why I lean on the scripture where God said, when they say God is a present help, anxiety will pull you forward to a future that you're not even there yet. And then you got this, with things with people are regrets and all that's in the past. No, they're no one's getting help because you're not present. God said, I'm a present help, and not the future help, not the past help, but He's the present. And
Right.
so we have to be in a moment where we can receive. We're not receiving anything. This generation is not receiving the full portion. We may get a little portion and we think we're doing something, but we don't go far because we're exhausted. But we want the full portion. I want the full portion. I'm like, God, I would sit here for 5 hours in your presence and tell. We don't encourage that either, but I would sit 5 hours here for you to give me one word, then because I got a schedule, I got to do this. And
Right.
then I'm running off of one little word when God has so much more to give me. And so we're not really full portion. We're not really running off the full portion of what God has. And I've learned I haven't. I've been so wired to do, okay, God, I know you want to do this, but I got to do this. And so it shows up in my life. Like, I know that I have not sat down. I have not been still enough to receive it. Because, it shows up. Your fruit shows up. It tells you,
Fruit shows up. That is so true.
Dude.
Yeah. So that's been my wake up call lately. I've been trying to murder my ego every day. What can I do to murder my ego today? Because I had to murder a lot this morning.
So I guess my next question would be like, what did you do? Like, what's the practical, like, what is like one or two things we could do to do that?
Oh my gosh, this morning, my kids are virtually, they're 10 and 8, and the 8-year-old always try me. That's the test of my ego sometimes, early in the morning. Because I've learned that I'm not always right. So today I had to stop, even though it was kind of, frustrated with her. I had to stop and say, kill that ego of frustration and listen to what she has to say. So my 8-year-old, she's always rushing. That's the thing I kind of get on her about, because she'll wait till 2 minutes to log in, and then she said, "Oh, I didn't make my tea," and I'm trying,
Yes.
little stuff like that. So I see an empty chair, but I see a big Zoom screen, and my daughter's not in her chair. So, so for me, I have to, and I've learned I'm not really good at listening to these kids sometimes in the morning when they're rushing. So I had to kill my ego this morning and be like, you know what? Let's cut all this. I don't want her to have a bad day because I'm giving her, I'm on her this morning. Was on a meeting today. I wanted to do those emails. Secondly, firstly, whatever, and for me this morning, even with meetings, even though I didn't really want to be on it, I had to kill my ego to feel like, because I felt like I didn't let 3 meetings this morning. They need to take over. And so for me, I had to kind of shift my thinking to like, okay, I feel like I'm above this thing and a little bit. Like one of these meetings, I'm like, I didn't even should be leading it. The person should be leading it, And I felt like, okay, I got to kill the ego that is not me. I'm just going to step up to the plate. Now, not to say that I should be somebody should walk all over me, because I got clear boundaries for that too. But every day I have to examine why do I not want to do this? Do I feel like I'm above this? Do I feel like this is beneath me? Do I feel like I don't have the time to address it? And so, or is it me? Like, it's taken away from my me time. So every day I'm just examining that, like my behavior and why I feel the way I do. Some days are better than others. Some days are better than others.
I feel like, Mika, this is a whisper that you had a few months ago about taking inventory.
Yeah.
Right? Taking an inventory of yourself. Because, I still have not. I need to write it down. I'm going to write it down since I'm talking about it now. Every day at 11:30, I'm yelling, "Why aren't you at your desk?" And every day since March 25th of 2020, my child says, "I'm at lunch."
Yeah.
I forget that she goes to lunch at 11:30.
Oh.
What? I don't know why. Like they don't eat. Like they're not giving them time to eat or something.
Right.
Every single day.
Right.
I know she's looking at me like, this lady is crazy.
Yes.
And and she's supposed to protect me.
Yes. But that's just what you used to. Like for me, I do the same thing. I'm like, listen, why are you? She go, I want a break. I'm like, okay, hurry up, make sure you get back on.
Right.
It's hard. I can't even. I don't know how they're doing it because that's hard. I couldn't even listen to their teacher for like 20 minutes during open house, and I'm still I was on my phone like, okay, when is so I was like, I know how these kids. I don't know
Yeah.
how these kids doing it. I don't know how they doing it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Shani, you had asked.
I think I was being real egotistical, like right before the show started. So I'm gonna publicly apologize to my almost teenager because I was like, "You're moving too." She's like, "Why are you yelling?" I was like, "You're moving too slow, and I need my lamp." Like real demonified. Like I need my lamp. You want to get back to things and not making money. And the Holy Spirit was like, "Does this show make money?" I'm just saying, I have not blessed you in that regard yet. I was like,
but it sounds like what was told to you.
Huh?
Right? It sounds you're repeating what was told to you, right? How you feel this way.
Oh my gosh, now you just gonna make me feel even worse.
No, that's not the point. I'm not trying to make you feel worse. I'm pointing out like we repeat cycles when we don't recognize, right? So if you slow down and you recognize, you start making these connections like, oh snap. That's why I said that. That's why I don't listen to them when they're rushing. That's why, because it's in us.
And then you know what we do though? So then my mind goes, but I said it nicer. Right? I didn't say it with an attitude like the old folks did in the
No. You made it beautiful. You packaged it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. That's
it's still
huge.
Poop, though.
It is still, Always talking live with Ashley Graham and Mika Fresh. Oh, Siobhan is watching. Thank you so much for watching. So I definitely have to murder ego myself. I think
it's easy.
I think of the scripture, I die daily to flesh.
Oh yes.
We have to. Oh
my God.
I die.
You can't make it.
Right. And obviously it was a repetitive action. Like he had to do it every single day.
Every day.
But then,
see, that's the thing. Every day gotta be done.
Every day. Right. But then there's this other scripture that says, my grace is sufficient, right?
Yeah.
And then, so whatever grace we had on Monday is not carried over till Tuesday because we're going to get new grace.
Yes. That's that spirit of poverty, Shani. That's the Mayfaithers. We got to understand that. We don't understand that, right?
Yeah.
Those that have stockpiles don't understand sufficiency.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Say that one more time.
Those that have stockpiles don't understand sufficiency.
That's so good. That's so big. Mika, you're going to make it like that. That reminded me of manna. Because manna, people try to take it every day. It turns stale. It turns stale the next day. And we would be one of those ones be trying to like, all right, I'm going to take this because I don't know how much. But that's a lack of faith.
That little piece off.
Right.
Yes.
What's that off right there?
And they talk about faith. They said not having faith is sin. So
it is.
Not having faith is sin. So just imagine, that's why God really had to teach them, like, I am going to provide. You don't know that until you got fresh manna the next day. Then you got fresh manna the next day. Right. It's like, what I got to do to teach you that?
We're limiting him.
And I think that's why, I think that is why so many things that's attached to our society is attached to this scarcity mindset.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like the pandemic.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is, you can add. This is a reason because of scarcity. Because people, they like to covet things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when security, right?
I feel like
security's a sin too.
Yes. It's a trust thing, right? Like faith is tied into trust. I don't have faith because I don't trust. And people don't understand that side of it. And this is something I talk to my pastor about like all the time. I was just like, I think we should talk about trust a little more often because faith is like this encompassing word. And when you break it down, if we could make it like a pie chart, right? Trust is a real big section, like a obtuse triangle. I don't know how to do that with my hands right now, but obtuse triangle. It's a real big portion. When we don't trust, we have anxiety, we have lack of faith, we start being mean and nasty to people. It's a whole lot of things that come out of not trusting. And when you think about, that manna from heaven situation was crazy, right? I don't know all the Bible stories, but that's one of my favorite ones.
Mine too.
I grew up, having to have, like, my mom had a pantry closet. And I remember when I got to be a certain age, I don't remember, I think I was like 19 going on 20 when I got like my first big girl job. And I call it that because it was like I was a government contractor and I had a security clearance and y'all couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I had, sufficient funds to do the things that I needed to do. And I remember a family member visiting where I was living, and they was just like, "Where's your pantry closet?" And I said, I don't need a pantry closet. What's in the refrigerator, when that runs out, I'll go back shopping. And they were just like, what? What if there's an emergency? What if this? And I was like, well, I'm pretty confident that I can handle those situations, right? I'm pretty confident that whatever needs to be done, like, God's gonna make it happen. I'm a faithful tithe payer. Like, I was just bringing it. And then, but as I'm saying, and now I'm saying this out of a space where I really didn't have the deepest understanding either. And so God had to reveal that to me. So as I got older, I understood some things, how we approach things, and you gotta have wisdom. He's not saying don't have no money in the bank, because that's not where we're going, right? Because in this world, we need certain things, but really the mentality. So like you said, manna from heaven. Can you imagine? First of all, manna, like the food of the gods. It's amazing, like having, prime rib every day. Talking about stale bread. What I'm saying? Like prime rib every day.
Every day.
You eat it, you get full. You ain't got to save no leftovers. You don't need a doggy bag. He like, hey, do what you need to do with it, because tomorrow it's more where that came from.
That's an act of love. Because God loves us so much, he don't even want to give us leftovers. But we want leftovers.
Hey.
God is like, I love you so much. And I'm a father. You deserve more than leftovers. You deserve fresh. And we're like, no, we'll take the leftovers because we want to make sure we have enough. And we don't understand exactly what you're saying, Mika. I had to tap into that because I come from a father who I love dearly, but he really taught me about money. But he's always been like, dun, 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 dun. I've always been very free. And not to say my money doesn't line up, but I've always been in a trusting place, meaning people who are not free in money will never give because they're looking at a loss. And so I'm a giver. I love giving. Oh my God, every chance I can give, because I know I don't give out the spirit that I'm gonna get it back. I give out the spirit because you're actually more like God when you give to. And so that's an attribute of God. And I've learned when people don't tithe and offering, that's a different subject, but it's not nothing about them. It's a heart issue. Yes, it's not. God is not after your money. God don't need your money. God don't need your money.
Right.
It's a trust issue because you're gonna think I'm never gonna get that money again, and I don't know if I'm gonna ever have that money again. And so it's a heart issue. So when you start talking about why people don't give, you have to examine not their financial place, because a lot of people got money and they don't give, but it's their heart. It's a trust thing. I don't trust that I'm gonna have it again. I'm gonna trust I'm gonna get it again.
Well, I tell you this, I heard the manna story for years, right? I grew up in church. I'm in church now, but it was not until last year when 50% of my business was gone because of live being gone, and it was manna every month. I didn't know where it was coming from, so it was a bit. It was right, and so Siobhan says manna literally means what is it? That's what it means. And generosity is a reflection of trust indeed.
Do we have a troll on our thread today, Shani?
We have a troll because I don't know what that question was. I was gonna.
So listen, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke this spirit right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my God's name, Jesus Christ.
She's talking real outside of her neck.
Yeah, that kind of caught me. I was like, wait, what? Hold on, what?
So yeah,
I'm reading.
We've arrived. We got a troll. I don't think we've ever had a troll. First of all, like.
Actually, you're bringing the trolls here.
Actually,
what happened?
when we were on the radio, we did have a troll, Mika. I don't know if you remember this. We had a troll when the lady started talking about money was falling from the sky.
I don't remember that.
It was like our first year on the radio.
Okay.
And the lady started talking about she started talking about the money falling from the sky.
Okay.
And all the people that know me. So facial expressions is written all over my face.
Yeah.
My face has not been delivered. Yeah. But I'm going to give you a secret. I'm about to tell all these people and the replay people. when you've lost me in a conversation, or I perhaps may disagree with what you say, my response is, oh, okay. That's what it is, right?
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Right. Yeah. And so when I hit the lady with the okay,
yeah,
all of my girlfriends was like, "Oh, Shani, you had checked out, right?" Right. And then, but this is what I did. This is when I had to like not necessarily vet, but have a conversation with people. Because my pastor called me at 9:01, y'all. It was like, Shani, do you vet your people that come on your show? Because I felt she didn't use the word demonic, but that's what she was trying to say. But I don't think she was trying to scare me, right? She said, just remember, you know, you gotta pray on the people and have discernment on who comes on your platform.
That's so good.
And so I was like, you're right about that, Pastor.
Well,
yeah. So this child is saying Jesus can't save her, and so you know what we're gonna.
I'm not even gonna grace that. It's okay.
So yeah,
but we just pray that they have an encounter. You know,
right?
Have an encounter.
The encounter means everything.
Yep.
There you go. The encounter means everything. Yes, it does.
Yeah, means everything.
Don't read it no more.
No. I wanted to get Kate.
Like, don't read it no more.
She said, yes, if we don't trust, we can't hope. And if we can't hope, we can't have faith. And if we can't have faith, we can't be bold.
Okay.
That's good. That's so good.
Yeah, that's real
That's good. Yeah. That's really
Trust
good.
Is major. Trust is a major.
It is. And we go in and out of trust, right?
Yeah.
Like it sometimes our trust is so high, like our faith, and then things happen and it can get so low.
Again, it's like help my belief. Help my unbelief. Help my unbelief, because you know, God is like, I'm here to help. And that's the thing, you have to be transparent and saying, God, I want it. I'm in a place of renovation too, Mika, so I understand. It's like, God, I want this, but I'm afraid, or I have fear. And God is not afraid of that, about transparency. And God is like, I'm here. Just let me know. My angels are here to help your belief.
Right. Like, we
your
ready.
Unbelief. We'll be ready. Just ask. Yeah. Look, they ready to tag me in. But we have to be in a place where we're transparent, because it shows up in our anxiety. When we have unbelief, when we have trust issues, it shows up in our anxiety. But when you're able to say, and that's why casting your cares is such a self-care package, because we don't have to bottle it up inside of us. God is like, cast it to me. Like, give it to me, because I'm not going to take it from you unless you give it. It's like, you know, so self-care is about, and I have to remind myself that too. It's like, okay, cast my cares because he cares for me. I have to keep remembering that, because that's a trust thing too. It's like, God said I can handle it better than you can. We think we can handle it because, you know, that's an ego thing too. Like, I've been doing this for years. I know how to do this. I've been doing this. I know how to do my business. I've been doing my business for 10 years. God is like, I can do your business better than you can do it, you know? So just give it to me and I'll do it.
I think sometimes we think we be doing him favors too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna bother him.
Yes.
Like, I'll do this part and you can do the really big part.
Right.
Like, or I could just do all of it and
all of it.
Blink an eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the message. I think it's in Ephesians. I don't know. I'm not a Bible scholar, but the Message version, it starts off with, God can do anything, you know. Right?
Yeah.
I just love that part. Like,
I love
like,
messages,
what are you
man.
doing? Like, God can do anything, you know. Like,
man. Like if you didn't know, message Bible get you like it get me straight all the time. When I read the message Bible, I'm like, listen, God, I hear you. Like they get you straight. One of my friends was like, the black mama is the message Bible. They're the
Yeah,
person. The black,
yeah,
my girl
because
Nikki was like,
yes,
yeah,
it is
yeah.
totally. It's like a read. It's like a read.
Yeah, it
Like,
is. It is. It gets you straight. It gets you straight. It's like you either gonna believe or you're not. It's like you either believe or you don't believe. It's no like kind of you're this or that. So
Right.
that's another thing I have to remember too. It's like either I'm gonna trust you or not. So if I don't trust you in this little bit of area, it's fall under I don't trust you, even if it's
Mhm.
just a little bit. So
exactly.
yeah, it's
That is
big.
that is a really good perspective. That is a really good perspective. There is no gray area with trust. It's you either do or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no pie chart with trust. It should be
Pie chart.
100% or it's all gone.
Oh God.
Loving our listeners right, our viewers right now. So Siobhan put the text in there. It's Ephesians 3:20. God can do
Mm.
anything, far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request
Yes.
in your
Mm.
wildest dreams. He does it not by pushing us around, but by working within us, His Spirit deeply and gently within us. Glory to God in the church, glory to God in the Messiah, in Jesus, glory down all generations, glory through all millennia. Oh, yes. I was like,
I
that's
need to get me a I need
so
I
I just want to put it out there
Big.
for all the lands. So Siobhan Starling Lewis is another superstar guest
Yo.
that I need to come on the show. I've been asking her since 2019, so I'm just putting it out there. She's
Yo.
now, so thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so
That's a
that's
that's amazing.
putting it in the atmosphere with that.
Yeah.
Marielle, thank you for watching. I This is the time of the show where I don't like it for it to end because it's after 9 o'clock, but I want to respect people's time. I'm so excited that you came on now. Like I can't really. I had a whole conversation with you.
Thank you for having me. That's always fun. I'm
I was
listen. And
like,
when you get that show, let me know.
yeah, I was like, any girl that loves God and loves her kids and loves her husband and listen to the whole Jasmine Sullivan CD just like I did. Oh yes, we are friends.
Yes. Oh, Jasmine. Listen, Jasmine's gonna be able to come up with some more albums and we're going to dissect the lyrics. So
Absolutely. Oh,
yeah,
speaking of
yeah.
dissecting lyrics, I did a dissection of Lil Wayne because I love
Did
I
you?
hip
was just
hop.
gonna say Nas X, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oops,
okay, I want to talk about
my little
Lil
piece came
Wayne,
out.
but I was so his 2008 song,
Mm-hmm.
A Millie. We were singing that song. Well, I was singing that song. I'll speak for myself. I was singing that song 90 going north. I heard it yesterday and I thought to myself, why is he comparing himself to a venereal disease? I don't understand it. It's the worst analogy ever.
Metaphors was his thing though.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
metaphor?
Yeah.
it
I'm
was. It was.
just saying.
Okay.
It's if you if you look at it in your unrighteous mind, it makes sense. With
No,
your
it
right
does not.
mind, like, oh
No,
Jesus.
it doesn't. It does not make sense. Stop trying to say that. It does not.
I
Like,
can't
I
say
don't
it.
want to
I
be
tried.
compared to. Like. Yes, I want. Okay, this
Because
is
if you gotta be a venereal disease, you're gonna be the baddest
no.
venereal
This is
disease.
your. This is when your ego goes bad. Like that's
Oh,
the only option to be the best rapper ever. Like I
yeah.
get it, but I don't want the gift that keeps on giving. I don't want that kind. I don't want that kind of gift. I don't want. I don't want that.
Yeah, those lyrics will mess you up when you go back and dissect them. It really catch you off guard.
Aisha said it's a blood gang reference.
Boom.
Hmm.
Thank
So
you.
this is why you have to protect too what you right. Like music is a
This
spirit. So a
this
lot of
is
Yeah,
why
times, yeah.
this is why I
yeah.
surround myself with young people because I didn't know that.
But they don't be knowing either, though, Shani. I'm just
No.
saying, because I ain't old and I ain't young, and I'ma just say
Yeah.
a lot of times they don't know either. Because I know when the truffle butter song came out, could no young person tell me what it was, and when I found out, I was like, oh, the devil is a
Yuck.
liar.
Like, yuck.
Like offensive.
Hey.
Your grandmother's your grandmother.
Yo,
You're a millennial. Ashley, are you a millennial?
I'm a millennial.
See, I am not a millennial.
I am a millennial. Sometimes it's hard to say that because people always talk about millennials.
They be judging, don't they?
No,
All the time.
Millennials are game changers. Zoomers.
I thought you was about to say something else, Shani. What do you
think I was gonna say?
I don't know, gang bangers or something. I don't know. I didn't know you was about to say game changers.
Oh, her rapper husband told her. Okay.
Oh.
It's for as long as I can remember, though, words have always mattered to me. A lot of people be like, oh, I like the beat, and the beat is what pulls you in, and that's real, especially if you love music, but words are important to me. So I don't care how much I like a beat on a song. If your words make me feel some kind of way in my spirit, I can't rock with you. It's got to go.
Same way.
Yeah.
Same way. And I love music, but I like lyrics.
And I love
hip hop. Yeah.
I try to put hip hop in all my sermons.
Oh, I would love to hear.
In an authentic way. It can't be no cheesy way.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
it can't be no cheesy way. Like I really, really, really tried to put Cardi B's song in my last sermon. But the Holy Spirit was like, Shani, sit down.
Sit down.
Now.
I would love to hear it. I got a lot to say.
Mustafa is? Y'all ever heard of him?
No.
He is Words, Beats, and Life. Look that up.
Okay.
It was the first. He got, how do you say that? What's the word? Peer review. He has hip hop article. There we go. First peer reviewed hip hop article. It's a publication. I can't remember the name of it right now, but look it up. Words, Beats, and Life. It's a nonprofit organization out of DC.
Oh.
Wow.
Good guy. He is such a good guy. He actually helped me get Halo Academy started, right?
Wow.
He let me pick his brain for free. That's all I got to say.
Okay, good.
Right? Like, I honored that because your time is money. But
intellectual property is
He was just like, he came from, the platform of, it's enough out here for all of us. And you're doing, if there's room for more people to do good and I can help, expand that, then I'm going to do it. And so he did it. I mean, I volunteered for his organization one time because they're big on, and Ashley Ava, Christiana would love this because they teach DJing, they do DJing, they teach.
Wow.
They do spray painting, murals and stuff like that. Like, I'm telling you, it's a dope organization.
Wow.
I'm not grown for it. Like, can I be 17 again? But I can volunteer. Like, that's how I can live my life all over again. But I like hip hop. I'm telling you, he's got a sweet just inventory of different things, but he presents hip hop is necessary, basically.
That's huge.
Catalog is dope. Just check it out. Look it up. Words, Beats, and Life.
Yeah, I am definitely checking that out. Shani gonna have a whole new message now. I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you, ladies, for going over time tonight. Thank you, Ashley, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
The wellness whisper for this week is to
slow down. That's it.
Mika was supposed to be in a rap group.
I was in a rap group. We was called Sugar and Honey.
Yes. It was called who?
No, Sugar and Honey. Salt and Pepper was taken.
Sugar and Honey.
Sugar and Honey. And the first song we wrote and performed was called Young Black People, and I still know that joint by heart.
Oh, we gotta do a rap group.
Young
together.
Black people that live in our nation, dropping out of school with no education, living off of drugs, sex, and crack. You know what? Jesus wouldn't want that. He wants us Cool and silent. That was my joy, yo. We used to perform that at every daggone school assembly. We used to go to Chuck E. Cheese and rap.
Chuck E.
Yo,
Now,
Cheese.
yeah, I just want you to know. I just want you to know. I'm using that all week. Anytime somebody say something, I mean, like Jesus wouldn't want that.
Jesus wouldn't want that.
Like, it's gonna be somehow. It's gonna be in my list. You know, I'll be doing my list. Jesus
Yeah,
wouldn't want that. That's gonna be my comeback for all
that's
foolish.
yo.
Jesus,
That's dope,
you
Mika. That's dope.
you never know what will happen on this show. And
That's
this is
right.
why you gotta follow us and you gotta watch the show every Monday night. And we're booked through November. And
yes,
so next
Oh,
month,
that's what's up.
Fatima Williams will be our special guest. Same time, same place. Thank you for watching. The Sharon with Shani show highlights ordinary people working for an extraordinary God, sharing love, light, and life. Peace.
Peace.
jeez.